Hey, what is up? Workbringer here, and today I'm going to talk about my first week as a relatively new Mythic Plus tank player in World of Warcraft. And you'll see this is actually right before the reset. I'm about 193, and to get here, I basically leveled up, spammed normals directly into heroics, and then spammed, this is like the very first week before the preseason, spammed M0 to get as high as I could. Also bought all the 190 BOEs that I could find. This is my best key for the week, is a 7. I still haven't timed as anything higher. I've finished 8s, a bunch of 7s, some 6s, and that's my best 10, which you will see that best 10 slot actually really important. I'm really happy that I did that many 5s. I've done basically every dungeon out of 5, and that's where I am right before the reset. This is yesterday as of making this, so this is week 2, Shadowlands, so the end of week 1, right? So I'm at the Great Vault, or whatever this is called. It's popping here. I actually transferred to Stormrage, and I'm in a guild now. I can talk about that later, maybe. And I'm like, oh, where's the loot? And there it comes. So my best gear could be a cloak. However, I already have a pretty good cloak. Also, you can buy a BOE heroic cloak from the raid. So I'm not so interested. This ring doesn't have haste. You can also buy a ring. This helmet, much better than my helmet, and it has haste, which is like basically all I care about. I'm going for the helmet. This is what it looks like when you loot from the Great Vault, or whatever this is called. I get a +6 keystone, which, long story short, tyrannical is very different, which I'll talk about later. And you'll see that when I swap onto my helmet, I get to about 194, something like that, I think. We're swapping it on now. 194. So this is the gear level I'm at. Beginning of week 2, end of week 1, however you want to think about it, just organizing the bags here. And so after this, I go and do a world boss, no drop, rip. I also do 4 Mythic Zeros with a group, which is great because there was something on Raid Finder or group pre-made or whatever, Dungeon Finder. They were looking for like an eye level 195 tank for a Mythic Zero. And I was like, okay, I'm close enough. Like, let's do this. And yeah, it was a very, very high level group, and they just ran 4 dungeons like right in a row. 4 Mythic Zeros. We just ran through them like they were normals. It was pretty fun. Like, the tactics are completely different. You can skip everything. Running M0s now is basically like running normals. I enjoyed it. And then after that, I went and bought a bunch of heroic raid 213s. I think I got like 3, something like that. So those help out quite a bit, kind of simplifies what gear I'm going to need. Most of them had haste, which is the other thing, even though I went for them if they didn't. And this is me clearing Torghast solo, layer 8. I had previously done both layer 6s, and now this is second week of M+, third week of the game being out. And I'm just solo clearing Torghast layer 8. That was the last boss. This is the other layer 8 last boss. This one actually got me. This one killed me a couple times. And the trick with this one, if you're a Prot Paladin, I don't know how it works for the classes, is that there's this really quick cast. It's like a second and a half, and you have to interrupt it. If that stacks, he just starts amping his own damage. And then if you do that, and you have good anima powers, and know how to heal while you're doing DPS, he dies, which is pretty chill. And so I'm just getting enough soul ash because the first week that I was able to, I crafted the legendary that resets your Avenger shield. I wanted to test it. That sounded like fun. And at the time, I really liked Avenger shield. I was like, this is great. How could this be bad? But then I was like, you know what? Let me also try, because I didn't get the Shield of the Righteous legendary for a while to drop from Halls of Atonement. Finally got it. Built a rank 1 of that too, and it turns out the Shield of the Righteous one is like double the DPS in AoE, which is basically what I need for Mythic Plus. I need to hold AoE more than do damage, really, because I get eclipsed. I can spike to like 10 or 12, normally DPS AoE, whereas like a Windwalker Monk and other classes and Rets and Unholies will go into like the 20s and whatnot. So it's my damage is not irrelevant, but it's not the most important thing. So I'm just out here farming. and for Soul Ash to make an upgrade, rank 2 of my shoulder slot, which is the Bulwark of the Madness Shield of Rageous Legendary. And after this, I am going to go spam Mythic Plus. However, this week is Tyrannical, which makes the bosses harder, and I was like, that seems fine. Like, I was, I thought the trash was really hard last week, but it turns out Tyrannical is even harder. And I did a +8, didn't time it. We did finish. And I'm going to do the video for that next, but it's very hard. It's much different. Anyway, so I actually have all the legendary blank pieces made, or bought, essentially. So to get to the top one is 3,900 Soul Ash. That's going to be a minute. And the one I'm going to do is that one. And even the rank after this, rank 3, is 1950. Yeah, so I don't have this much Soul Ash, so I'm going to upgrade to the 210. Still quite a nice upgrade. Like it quite a bit. And let's check out the eye level here. That's the first time I've ever upgraded a legendary. I had to kind of search it. So we're 201 on the low side, doing pretty well. I did get a 213 okay trinket. It's not a very good trinket, to be honest, but it's 213, so I'll take it. 213 trinket from that quest where you did all the 4 mythics, so that was pretty chill. And yeah, this is my first time doing Tyrannical this week, and I'm going to go do a lot of Tyrannicals. So check this channel out if you want to see what Tyrannical looks like for a new tank. See you next time.